In the holy city of Medina, a child was born who would carry both great love and great responsibility. His name was Hasan. He was the son of Ali and Fatima and the beloved grandson of the Prophet Muhammad himself. His mother, Fatima, raised him with gentle devotion, her love for him unmatched. His father, Ali, was known throughout Medina for his wisdom, courage, and deep faith. Not long after, his younger brother Hussein was born, and the two would remain close companions their whole lives. The whole household of Medina came to know the gentle bond shared by the Prophet Muhammad's two young grandsons. Young Hasan often played in the courtyard of the mosque, his laughter a familiar sound to those who passed by. Even from a young age, he resembled his grandfather so closely that elders of the city would pause simply to look at him. It was said that this gentle child would one day bring peace between two divided groups of believers, a promise that would echo through the years ahead. At home, Fatima taught him kindness and humility, values that would shape the rest of his life. Those early years in Medina were filled with warmth, family, and the quiet security of a household bound by deep faith. But as Hasan grew older, the household would soon face its first great sorrow. The Prophet Muhammad's passing left all of Medina in deep mourning, and young Hasan felt the loss profoundly. In the months that followed, his mother Fatima's own health quietly began to fade. Not long after, Fatima too passed from this world, and Hasan carried that grief with quiet dignity for the rest of his life. In the quiet of his mother's empty room, Hasan sat in silent reflection, holding on to everything she had taught him. His father Ali became both his guide and his closest companion in the years that followed. Together, father and sons faced a Medina that was changing and a community that would soon be tested. As the years passed, Hasan grew into a thoughtful, composed young man, known for his wisdom beyond his years. He was known for his generosity. Rarely did anyone leave his home empty-handed. He devoted long hours to prayer and reflection, following closely in the footsteps of those who raised him. In those years, the wider Muslim community faced growing division, a time of uncertainty that touched every household. Hasan watched his father step forward to guide the community through this difficult period, standing firmly for justice. He stood by his father's side through councils and difficult decisions, learning the weight of leadership. These were years of both hardship and growth, as Hasan came to understand the responsibility that would one day rest on his own shoulders. Even in times of tension, he remained known for his calm demeanor and his instinct to seek peace rather than conflict. This quiet wisdom would soon be needed more than ever before. In time, tragedy struck the family once again. His father Ali was gravely wounded in an act of violence, a loss the community still honors with deep sorrow. The moment of loss was never shown in violence, only felt in the silence that fell over Kufa that day. Hasan received the news with the same quiet dignity his family had always carried through hardship. In the wake of his father's passing, the community turned to Hasan, and he was called to lead as caliph. He accepted this heavy responsibility not out of ambition, but out of duty to the community his family had always served. But the challenges facing the Muslim community were far from over, and a new period of division loomed on the horizon. As tensions rose between different factions, armies gathered, and the possibility of further bloodshed among Muslims grew close. Hasan remembered the words once spoken about him, that he was destined to bring peace between two divided parties. Rather than lead his people into a prolonged and costly war, Hasan made a difficult and courageous choice. He chose to step back from the caliphate, placing the unity of the Muslim community above his own position of power. A peace agreement was reached, one that would spare countless lives and end years of uncertainty. Many at the time did not fully understand his choice, yet history would remember it as an act of profound wisdom. With peace secured, Hasan returned quietly to Medina, choosing a life away from the throne of power. The words once spoken about him had come true. Through his choice, two divided parties had truly been reconciled. Back in Medina, Hasan devoted the rest of his life to worship, family, and quiet service to his community. He became known across the land for his extraordinary generosity, giving freely to anyone in need. More than once, he gave away his entire wealth to the poor, trusting that provision would always return. He made the long pilgrimage to Mecca many times throughout his life, often walking the entire distance out of humility. His home remained, as it had in his mother's time, a place where no visitor was ever turned away. He spent long hours each day in quiet prayer, a devotion that never wavered despite all he had endured. Younger generations in Medina came to him seeking wisdom, drawn by the same gentle presence his grandfather had once carried. In these quiet years, Hasan's life became a living example of patience, humility, and unwavering faith. But in his later years, a sudden and grave illness came upon him, one that would test his family once more. Historical accounts differ on its cause, though many across the generations have believed he was poisoned. Whatever its cause, the illness weakened him swiftly, and his family gathered close in these final days. His brother Hussein stayed close by his side, the same quiet bond they had shared since childhood. Even in his weakest moments, Hasan continued to speak of patience and forgiveness rather than anger or blame. In the quiet of his final hours, surrounded by those who loved him most, Hasan passed peacefully from this world. He had asked, if it caused no conflict, to be laid to rest near his grandfather, but true to the peace he always sought, he had also asked that this wish be set aside if it would trouble the community. In the end, he was laid to rest in the sacred cemetery of Baqi, among generations of his family who rested there before him. Even in his passing, Hasan's final wish reflected the same principle that had defined his entire life: peace over conflict. News of his passing spread quietly through Medina, and the city mourned a man remembered for his gentleness and wisdom. His life became remembered not for the throne he held, but for the throne he willingly gave up for the sake of others. Centuries later, his story still reminds people everywhere that true strength is sometimes found in choosing peace. Hasan's story teaches that leadership is not measured by power held, but by the wisdom to know when to let it go. What does true strength mean to you? Holding on or knowing when to let go? Share your thoughts below. This has been a story of love, sacrifice, and the quiet courage to choose peace above all else. Subscribe and turn on the bell to continue this journey through history's most meaningful stories of faith.